So hello and welcome back to Mining for Cheese, and today we are back with another podcast. And first of all, we will go through the Premier League table and results from this weekend and see how all the teams are doing. Let's get on with it. So if we go to results for this weekend, we can see first game, Brentford beat Manchester United 3-1. Manchester City destroyed Burnley 5-1. Leeds and Bournemouth drew 2-2. Crystal Palace shot Liverpool and beat them 2-1. Brighton destroyed Chelsea. Sunderland beat Nottingham Forest. Wolves and Tottenham drew 1-1. And Aston Villa beat Fulham 3-1. And who's still playing now? Arsenal and who's Arsenal playing? Newcastle are still playing now. So if we go to the table, we can have a look at it. Liverpool are still top by 3 points, even after a loss to Crystal Palace, who now Crystal Palace moving to second. It's a great start to the season by them. Tottenham third and Sunderland fourth rounds out the Championship spots, Champions League spots. Fifth and sixth, Bournemouth is fifth. Good start to the season for them, fighting for Champions League it seems. And then Man City is sixth. Let's go to some teams who are not doing as well as I thought they would be now. If we look at obviously Manchester United are not doing when they should be. They're in 15th. Obviously not a good start for them. And obviously another loss to Brentford. Aston Villa as well in 16th. Just got out of the relegation zone with a good win against Fulham today. But still, they should be doing a lot better with the players they have. West Ham and Wolves and Nottingham Forest all down around the relegation zone. They should be doing a lot better. At least Nottingham Forest should, I think. But they're still 17th. And then, of course, in the relegation zone, you've got Burnley, West Ham and Wolves. So, on to the Championship. In the Championship, we have Middlesbrough, who are top of the Championship. Oh, just as you can see there, Arsenal have just equalised against Newcastle, just came up. Middlesbrough top of the Championship. Coventry in second place, 5 points behind them, so Middlesbrough have opened up a pretty big gap top of the Championship. Stoke, Bristol City, Leicester and Preston all in the playoffs. Pretty surprised Preston are there, but I don't know, they might do more. Okay, who else as our position? I think Charlton in 7th, decent position, could get into the playoffs. They have actually done quite well so far this season. QPR as well. I thought they would get relegated this season, but no, they're in 9th. And again, might be another playoff contender come the end of the season. And again, teams like Ipswich in 12th. I think they should be a lot higher. And they're not. So yeah, they haven't done as well as I thought they would. And then Norwich in 14th. Again, not doing as well as I thought we would do, but yeah, just hasn't worked out so far. Hull in 18th. They were playoff contenders for the last few seasons, and they've dropped down to 18th, which is, I don't think they should be there, but they might get back towards the end of the season, I don't know. Southampton in 19th, fallen out Premier League and can't get back into it. They're now fighting for relegation by the looks of it. They might improve again, but I don't know. Now down to Sheffield United. They would have been on 0 points if they did not win against Oxford 1-0 on the weekend. And they did, but they're still last in the Championship, which is a big shock because I thought they'd go straight back up, but they obviously aren't. On to League One. So in League One, we can see that we've got Bradford top, followed by Stevenage. Didn't expect those teams to be top, but I guess it's pretty much unpredictable in that league. So yeah, we've got Bradford top by 1 point over Stevenage. And then Lincoln, Cardiff, Huddersfield and Wimbledon all in the playoffs. Decent teams there. Who's surprising me? Doncaster is surprising me. I thought they would have got relegated this season, but no, they're in 9th. Could be a solid playoff contender. Luton in 10th, just recently relegated from the Championship. I don't think they'll get playoffs, but they might stay around mid-table, which I think they will do, though, to be honest. Bolton only in 11th. I think they should be doing a bit higher. I thought they might get back to the Championship this season, but obviously it doesn't look like they're doing that now. Wigan and Plymouth, again, two teams who looked solid contenders for promotion at the start of the season, and they've obviously not achieved where they should be, being in both 15th and 16th, 14th and 15th respectively. Yeah, I think they'll struggle to stay up, to be honest now. Also, Leyton Orient in 17th, I thought they would do better. Much better, but they're not. Yeah, I thought they might be a contender for Championship, but no. And also Peterborough in 23rd, they should probably be doing better, but they're probably going to get relegated this season to League 2. And speaking of League 2, we'll move on to League 2 now. I mean, if you have a look at the standings, you can see that Walsall, who completely bottled the league, they were 20 points clear at Christmas last season, completely bottled the league. They fell like to 5th or something in the league and completely lost it. Couldn't even get through the playoffs either. But now they're top of the league again by 1 point this season. Hopefully, second time around, they can get promoted. But then you have Swindon in 2nd and Gillingham in 3rd. Right behind Walsall, both on 21 points. And in the playoffs, you have Salford, Grimsby, Chesterfield and Bristol Rovers. All decent teams, so I would have expected to be around that area as well. So that's good. Teams who have surprised me, I'd say Cambridge. I would have expected them to be around about playoffs. Maybe pushing for automatic top 3 in League 2, but no. They're only 10th. Oldham have shocked me. I thought that Oldham would go back down to National League, but no, Oldham are looking strong. They're in 13th. And that's about it for League 2, where you have Shrewsbury and Cheltenham Town in the relegation zone. I guess we can do National League now, we have some time still. So in the National League, Forest Green top in the only automatic promotion space. Top by 1 point over Rochdale, and Rochdale and Boreham Wood are in the semi-final playoff spots. Carlisle, Scunthorpe, York and Southend are all in the playoffs as well. Southend I didn't expect to be there, but they are, so well done to them. Same as York. York have been trying to get back to League 2 for ages now, but they haven't, so hopefully they can do it for this season. Scunthorpe, the rebuilding process there, seem to be doing quite well. Maybe they can get back to League 2. Teams who've surprised me where they are then. Tamworth recently promoted back to the National League. They're in 10th. Could be potential playoff contenders. I'd like to see how that turns out. Whetstone, only new back in the National League for the second time. Last time they got relegated, first time asking. This time they're comfortable mid-table side, and hopefully they can stay there and stay up. Aldershot, promoted again. They were in League 2 a few seasons ago, but they're not anymore. 17th, they should be able to stay out the relegation zone and stay in the National League. Boston, I thought they'd do a lot better than where they are. But they are fighting for relegation, and I think they might go down. Sutton United in the relegation zone. Now, they were in League 2 3 seasons ago, and they have fallen to the National League, and they could fall down to the National League North and South. Well, they are 10 points off Braintree as well. doing quite well since they got promoted. Morecambe though, bottom of the league. They still have they do have 3 games in hand though, which could get them to 16 points and put them 12th if they win them all. So hopefully they stay up. Anyway, that's it for England. We'll move on to the let's go to Belgium. So if you're looking in the Belgium league, before last season I'd never heard of Royal Union SG. Now they're everywhere. They dominated their Champions League game midweek. They're dominating the Belgian league by 6 points. Haven't lost in the Belgian league yet in 9 games. Drawn 2. Won 7. Club Bruges are the only club close to them, by 6 points behind them. Only just won on the weekend. Which, I mean, Club Bruges are the normal champions in Belgium, but they cannot beat Royal Union SG. So I think they're going to be the next big European club. Let's look at shocks in Belgium then. Wire again. I expected them to go straight back down, so did a lot of other people, but no, they're in 7th, and they could get into promotion playoffs. Genk, someone who won the title a few seasons ago in Belgium, only in 7th. Could be at risk of relegation, but no, I think they managed to stay up, get top 5. Antwerp in the relegation zone. I expected them to do much better, but no, they don't seem to be doing where they were a few seasons ago, and they seem to be in the relegation zone. They joined in the relegation zone by Cercle Bruges, Leuven and Defender. And Defender have not won a game all season, so there you go. Let's go to the French league then. I mean, so PSG, top of the French league, joint on points with Lyon, and then Marseille in 3rd, also followed by Monaco in 4th. I mean, that's where we expect the teams to be in the French league, but PSG should be dominating a bit more. They had a shock loss to Marseille, but then Marseille lost their next game, so they did not remain top for more than 1 game week. Teams who I'm not expecting to do well, but are doing well in the French league, are Strasbourg. I expected them to fall back into the relegation zone, but no. They've had a strong start to games in the top of the French league, and hopefully that continues. They could even get Champions League. Lens, I expected them to do a lot worse. They're in 7th, again, another strong European, maybe European side in France, so again, it'll be good to see how they do. Let's go Paris FC. Everyone expected them to be fighting with PSG for the title. I mean, they've had a good start to the season for a normal club, but given their high expectations, they're not where they should be. Nice, expected them to definitely be fighting for Europe, but again, they're fighting for relegation, so again, 2 seasons in a row, not been that great for them. We look at Nantes. I would put them second favourites behind PSG to win the French league, and as you can see, they're in the relegation zone, so again, that's not good for them. Hopefully they can get out of there and put on a title fight for Europe. They're joining the relegation zone by Angers and Metz. We move on to the Bundesliga now. I mean, yeah. So Bundesliga, Bayern Munich are top of the Bundesliga, obviously. They're going to be top. They can't really be beaten by that many teams. Followed by Dortmund in 2nd. That's a good recovery by Dortmund compared to the last 2 seasons. Arsenal have probably won, Arsenal just won the game against Newcastle. Great comeback. But anyway, Dortmund in 2nd, better than they have been last few seasons. Followed by Leipzig in 3rd. Again, solid for the Leipzig and Dortmund. Eintracht Frankfurt in 4th. They're not solidly defensively, Frankfurt, but they're good in attack. Stuttgart 5th and Leverkusen 6th. Leverkusen won the league 2 seasons ago. I expected them to do well in the fight still, but no. No, they're 6th. Okay, teams who have shocked me by their positions now. One is Sao Paulo. Again, I expected them to be fighting for relegation like they did last season, but they're not. They're in 9th. So again, a good start for Sao Paulo. Hoffenheim, again, I expected them to be in the relegation zone as they're only a newly promoted team. But no, Hoffenheim are 10th in the league. They could be a good solid midfield team. Hamburg, about where I expected them to be. Newly promoted, fighting for relegation. It just sounds like normal. And in the relegation zone is Augsburg, Heidenheim, and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let's move on to Serie A. So moving on to Serie A in Italy now. So Napoli and Roma, joint top of Serie A in Italy. Roma doing well. Could put on a title fight for the league this season, Roma. We'll have to see. Juventus in 3rd and AC Milan in 4th. Milan recovering from last season's fall. Hopefully that continues. And then Inter in 5th and Atalanta in 6th. Cremonese in 7th. That's quite a big shock. Definitely didn't expect him there. Expected him to fight for relegation. Never heard of him before, really. So yeah. Sassuolo recently promoted, 12th in Serie A now. Again, another team I expect to be fighting for relegation, but again, they're doing a good job in 12th. Fiorentina, only 15th in the league. This is terrible from them. Should have got Champions League last season, and now they're only 15th. Probably sold a few good players, and now can't keep up with their standards. Go shout out to Pisa. They're 19th, but they held out to draw against Fiorentina, who last season were amazing. So yeah, good shout to them. They joined in the relegation zone by Pisa, Parma, and Leeds. We move on to La Liga now. You can see in La Liga that Real Madrid are top. They did have a loss, but Real Madrid are still top of La Liga. Barcelona in 2nd, just 1 point behind Real Madrid. Villarreal 3rd and Escalate in 4th. Didn't expect them doing that well, but they are doing well, so that's good. Atletico Madrid in 5th. It's good. And Espanyol in 6th. Again, I did not expect them to be there, but they are, so hold on to them. Seville, bit of strong recovery, they're now in 8th. Alvarez, again, I expected them to be fighting for relegation, but no, good solid start to the season. They are in 11th. Mallorca, Rayo Vallecano, and Girona, all in the relegation zone in La Liga. So yeah, not good start for Girona, who were fighting for the title a few seasons ago. But now they're in relegation zone, so hopefully they don't get relegated, but I think they probably will. And if we move into the Champions League, Eintracht Frankfurt top from PSG, then Club Brugge, then Sporting, Royal Union SG, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Inter, Man City, Qarabag, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Tottenham. They're all teams who've won in Champions League so far, so that's pretty good for them. And yeah. so if we move on to the Premiership in Scotland, you can see it's not Celtic, not Rangers who are top of it, it's Hearts. So they've gone top of the league, shocking quite a few people. But Celtic are closely behind in second, they only have to draw on the weekend. Rangers, even though they did pick up a win, they're still in the relegation zone. It'd be shocking to see them go down. And plus Aberdeen, last club to win it, who wasn't Celtic and Rangers in 1989. They're bottom of the league on 1 point, so they might go down as well. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast, and we'll be back to you with next week's one. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.